Right. So just not gonna talk to each other at all. That's fun. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking myself recently. Been trying to figure out where I'm gonna take the company. No offense, Michael, but you're probably out of the door. You know, you kind of fucked up. In a big way. Nice suit. What do you mean make changes? You're not going to be making any changes. I'm still in charge here. Oh, yeah, but like, for like next week when you're not, I've been thinking purple for the office and a lot more room. I don't really like traveling all that much for work, so I'm going to like bulldoze the meeting room, not like you ever use it anyway, and turn it to like an engineering room for myself. You're not replacing me, and you're not bulldozing the meeting room. That is freaking ridiculous. Do you have any bright ideas up there, Elliot? Come on now, look where we are. We're here to do this, and then we'll focus on where to go from there. Although, having a place to work closer to the office might be good. Purple is a great color. Yeah, I always thought so. You really think they would, replace me for this? Yeah, that's all anyone's talking about. Lefty, Jeremy, me, John. John really thinks you're gonna lose it. I was sitting here with John, sort of started crying a little bit, and then he was like, don't worry about Michael. He's just a stepping stone for you. And then I realized he was right. I'm gonna step over you, and then I'm gonna take your job. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I own the most equity in the company, and, let's face it, I'm the only capable Afton in the room. No offense, John. And I just feel that they'll kick you out like the spoiled cheese you are. Sometimes there's more to running a business than, success. You're right. You're right. Next time I go on stage, I'll make sure Reddy blows up, and then I'll go tell Sam that, success is just, a byproduct of intelligence. It could happen. Well, that was startling. So when's this Jimmy guy gonna show up? I keep seeing signs, to get off, but to get on, I gotta get off now. I got things to do. I got people to call, people to replace. No offense, Michael. I got things I gotta be doing. This herd is like a lot of cows in a pasture, and I'm like a McDonald's. I gotta put them up to the slaughter point. That's what I gotta do. It's what you gotta do. When you get a bad cow, with a bad hair job, you gotta put them out of their misery. I'm not going to be replaced by you. Meh. Jesus Christ. Talking about, shoddy people. I mean, look at this place. Don was a lot of things, but he never worked with hacks. I chose him. What? Jim's my lawyer, my friend, and he's the guy Mr. Afton went to. How do you know him? College. Yes, he's such a bright little figure, isn't he? Looks like he's about ready to go take on a nursing home. Yeah, he did that already. John, you gonna be good? Yeah, Elliot, I am going to be A-okay. Yeah. I lie to myself sometimes too, but it never really helps. I'm gonna be fine. We just gotta get this over with, okay? Quicker we all get out of here, the quicker we don't have to be around each other. Listen, I'm not excited about being around you either, Michael. I was hoping we could talk. I'm good. Yeah, I don't think you could dig yourself out of holes. Well, maybe after the meeting, we can have a little chat, go to a cafe. Yeah. If I was gonna swing that way, Michael, I already got someone in mind. God, it would be nice to actually have a civil conversation with you. I know we've never had that, but I'm trying, what is the old saying? Olive branch. Oh, I'd break that over your fucking head. Righto. I'll pitch it to you later. I like Jim. Oh, Jim!
Hey, got everything set up in that room? Okay, got the two brothers, Rocky Balboa over there, purple eyes. Your makeup does not hide the bruises, Michael.
Oh, yes, and your cologne doesn't mask your stench, but I'm still here.
Still smelling better than you, baby. Okay, so the faster I get this over with, the faster you all can leave and not talk to each other ever again. How's about that? Does that sound good, buddy?
I like it here. I like talking to John.
Ah, great. Happy you love the place. You guys can talk after we're done in here, so everyone just get in the room so we can get this horrible day over with.
Oh, God.
I know we'd rather be doing anything else. Come on.
Didn't I tell you to clean up this office if you're going to have my paperwork around?
Well, listen, I have a lot of old people waiting after this that I would really much like to get to, and I had
Oh,
to give
yes,
them
the
over.
elderly. I bet you would hate it to lose a case. What do you do, wheels only?
Hey, I do a lot more for the people that are most in need. The people who come to Jimmy to get them off.
Does he... I think he's fully aware. Right.
I know what I'm about.
Jim, on task, please.
Right. Sorry, buddy. Okay. So, first proceedings, basically, let's just cut to the quick of it. Elliot gets, we should just start with that one, get to the quick of that. Elliot, you
There was
were
nothing,
given...
written by Dad? Any letters or anything about the will?
It was, writing this whole thing was a hell of a process. He made sure of that.
Just details, huh? When was the last revision of this will?
Everything is up to date as need be.
We updated it every 6 months, Michael. We didn't know when he would pass, but he wanted it to be current because of things shifting always. He always wanted to be ahead of any downfall that could play him.
Yeah.
Is that sufficed enough, Michael? Sure. Go ahead.
Right. We'll get to the quick. Elliot, basically, he receives the majority of the equity that is left, all intellectual property, blueprints, old projects, old endoskeletons, beta tests,
yeah.
everything now belongs to you, Elliot. Good for you, buddy.
Where will I find my possessions?
We'll have them all in order and sent to you, but I'm sure,
Can
we
I
have them
pick
on
them up
delivery.
personally?
I suppose I don't see why not.
Well, Mr. Afton had this old rare circus animatronic. It didn't really go anywhere, but I would love to get a crack at it. Put it in my museum with my other one.
I'm sure that was listed.
Oh, and there was a left hand from a Spring Freddy unit back in '87 that he said he had in a security locker. Is that also mine?
I believe the whole security locker is, yeah, everything here is itemized for you.
Okay, I will need copies of that.
Sure, of course. I have multiple copies in the corner, somewhere here.
John, do you know if you can help me Tuesday move a bunch of stuff? Oh my God. Elliot, they will bring it to you. Not quick enough. Yeah, Elliot, I'll give you a helping hand. John, how much equity did I get? Talk to Jim, for God's sake. I don't know Jim, I know you. Jim, how much equity did Elliot acquire?
From everything that was left, everything that Afton had left over, which is about over, 50%?
What? That's including your shares that you already have. I'm assuming with the rest of the investors, he had a lot that he just loaned out. In the event of his death, he paid off those people, got his equity back to give, and split across to his remaining kin. Oh yes, so fairly, delegated.
Everything's ordered and fairly, Rocky. Okay.
What about his house?
I was gonna get to that part, actually. To John, yeah, you have the deed to the property, as we talked about. Home's yours.
Yay. What about the possessions in the house?
I believe those are all in order to John.
He gets everything.
Every little speck of dust in every corner.
Could be problematic. I mean, you know, Dad kept his laptop in there. Probably had plans of ours. I promise you, Michael, I have no interest in anything Mr. Afton was developing. Although, if it does comfort you, I'll give you the laptop. No, I'll give the laptop to Elliot. He could look through it, take whatever he wants out of it. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. And it's yours. Cool.
Oh, glad that's part settled, and no one disagrees. Okay. Well, and for good old Daddy's favorite boy over there,
Right.
Michael, you get $4,000, you know, for obvious reasons, and a restraining order against the Afton Graveyard plot area.
What?
You cannot come into contact anywhere near the Afton Glade plot area for worries of damage or just general public witnessing.
What? Oh, Auntie, my mother's buried there.
Too bad. Take a photo. I mean, come on. We're only getting what we deserve here, folks.
Jim. Maybe
Sorry.
shut your mouth.
But, that was all that was written down that, you all will need to worry about receiving.
So, do I have to sign anything?
I have a few papers over here that you could, sign.
Cool, I'd like to do
just
that so I
general...
can go pick up my stuff.
Yeah, sure, of course, moved fast like that. Let's fucking get these. There you go.
Okay. Elliot Afton. You had your name changed? Yeah. Figured might as well embrace it. Kept my last name as middle, though. The other one. Okay. Elliot Afton? So, the shares, do I have to wait for those, or do those go into effect immediately? Can I trade them, sell them, have them, use them to my whim?
Essentially, yes to every question.
Cool. And can I have the safety deposit key box? And I want, there's a storage unit listed here on, what is this? Rose Creek Road? I want the key to that, too.
Yeah, all those should be shipped out to you.
No, I want them.
Oh, well, I guess I could,
I will find you later. Thanks.
Of course.
It was nice talking to you, John. I hope we can catch up. I'll see you Thursday. Yeah, Elliot. I'll see you Thursday. Yeah, okay. Do I have to, sign anything to get my $4,000 and my restraining order? Probably wouldn't hold up in court, don't you think?
Just a few papers, but I made sure everything was binding just as he wanted it to. Ironclad, as Jimmy likes to say.
You think this is okay, John? Wasn't my call. Sort of petty, don't you think? Wasn't my call. So you just let him do it? He did it before I knew you. He said you were reckless. That you would do anything to hurt him, and he was worried that, given the chance, you'd have it bulldozed. And given your recent behavior, it'd be hard to hold up in court. I won't be able to see my mother. Put flowers on her grave. Wasn't my call. I'm sorry. Righty. Well, let me get this restraining order. I'll have my lawyers look it over. You'll be receiving a letter. I hope you are as smart as you think you are, Jim.
I know every single one of those fuckers, and their hate only fuels me. Just sign the fucking papers.
Right. restraining order in here.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Can't be within, like, half a mile of the fucking place?
Yep, very specific.
What? How am I supposed to paint a picture?
I don't know, Google Maps.
Bloody hell. Where the fuck's my check?
Should be in there.
Good. Thanks a lot, fucker.
No
Fucking
problem.
bed. John, let's get lunch sometime, huh? Sure, Michael. You know, you didn't have to be a dick to him.
Come on, you know how he's been acting. Fucking that whole scene right in front of you. You didn't have anything to do with that. And your fucker was going at you like you decided the old man hated him.
I don't know.
You don't owe that guy shit.
I know, but if I knew my mom and I was told I could never visit her grave again, I could see how it'd be upsetting. I mean, guy's dead. Still fucking up his life.
Guess things linger.
God, you might have as big as ego as he does.
I like to think I have something to back it up with.
Uh-huh. How'd it go with Lefty?
It went pretty well. He even accepted the other deal. Seemed pretty happy about it.
Yeah. Guess so. Well, I guess that's it, Jim.
Yep. I could finally pay back those fucking assholes.
Well, if you ever see yourself in any more trouble, Jim, just give me a call. I'll have plenty of work for you.
Always good for everybody.
Wally's is actually going to be expanding soon to a new city.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Don't know how your different state law is, but I'll get in contact with you.
I'll make it work. See you, buddy.
Hey, do I need anything, or are you just gonna mail it?
I'll just mail it to you, buddy.
Cool. Lunch. Christ. Guess I owe it to Lisa. Just do it. Come on, come on, come on. Won't be that bad. 5 minutes in and out. You know, that's what you said in college. It'll be the same now. Just go in, talk to him, order a black coffee, and, you know, hear what he has to say. Hello? John? How do you have my number? I kind of ran the PR department for a long time. Kind of my job to keep up with stuff like that. Michael, you want to get a coffee, you said? Sure. You want to do that now? I mean, after everything? And, you know, why not? Just get it over with, huh? Sure. I'll send you a location. Sure. See ya. Well, this is, surprising, really. I would have gotten me something, but, they don't have the tea I like, you know? Well, that's truly a shame, Michael. Maybe tell them they'll keep it in stock. Is that what you wanted to talk about? The tea that they're carrying? Oh, well, it is of interest, but I guess not. Just don't know, really. Seems like everything's against me at the moment, and I figured a little bit of reality might help, even if it's from, you know, from you. Yeah. Is there really anything that can be done here? It depends how you look at it and what you're talking about. If you're talking about what's happening with you and Afton Robotics over there, I have no clue. But if I had to make my own judgment call on it, Michael, I would say it's a twisty situation. Giving you up is admitting defeat, and the company would have to take and look at it as your ignorance and be blamed for the incident. You know, no real way to deflect the situation. If I was running the PR team, it doesn't matter. You know, if you have any useful advice, I would gladly, you know, hear it. You know, I have one good ear left, you know, that you didn't hit. Maybe, you know, do me the courtesy. Right. Michael, you got him in a hard position. And when things get better, they probably will try to get rid of you. You've made a bunch of mistakes and a lot more enemies. So I don't really know, Michael. I think you just play it by ear. But, you know, PR advice how to spin it to make it look like it wasn't all my fault. Blame Elliot. Right. Piss off the man who owns basically the entire thing. That'll bolt over well. Any more bright ideas? Mistakes happen. Things happen. Mr. Afton had his fair share of mistakes. He got through them. Yes, but that's when he had proper counseling and he had people in his corner. What I'm asking is... whatever, it doesn't matter, does it? Guess not. Matters to you, I guess, that it matters, but not to me. Whoever's running that company at this point is just someone else. You alright? No. I'm sitting here talking to a man I don't really like about his business that is in competition with my own. Conflicting interests, Michael. Are you sure? I mean, you see us as actual competition. To you? Don't try to play me, Michael. But you'll be fine. He doesn't seem like you're too sure about it. New look, cleaned up, look better. Yeah, foundation hides a lot of bruises. Sorry. I find that opening my mouth recently has been why I've gotten myself into these predicaments. I gave up a long time ago. I've never really tried. And with this, I actually did. I just couldn't figure it out. Why are you telling me that? So I feel like, out of everyone you might know, I don't, Michael. I'm sorry. Okay? I cannot help you. I wish I could. I am doing my own thing, and I have plans of my own, Michael. I hate you, but I don't want to. You're despicable. Your ego is unearned, and your status just given. Now, I'm sure, you know, because I looked into your life when I was finding you. I know, but it doesn't justify it. It doesn't justify any of our actions, right? So, if that's all, Michael, I hope you have a good day. But, there's not really nothing I can do for you. What about the funeral? What about the funeral? A restraining order? Come on. How's that going to hold up? It's a private landscape that Mr. Afton purchased that is sanctioned within the city. How? How can that possibly be? Very rich man. Donate a few parks, library, get a few favors. That was one of his. So I just cannot go see my mother's grave ever again, because that spiteful old bastard decides so. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's it. You're just sorry. No, nothing you can do. Talk to Jimmy. I mean, I won't do anything. I just... It's the only real thing I had, I guess. I can. You know, Michael, life is just funny little accidents. Like, see this? Yeah. It's just a funny little accident. Say I accidentally left this here, and I walked away. It's funny, in a way. Just something happened. It happens all the time. And who says if you don't keep that on you, when the funeral happens, maybe you could attend? Now, about the restraining order, not much I legally can do about it, but... Oh, let's just say... I don't know, the graveyard's opened up for more plots, then it wouldn't be sanctioned under, well, any private land in the city. So then you could visit your mother's grave. But that's just, you know, happy little things, Michael. It's nothing that I could do. Thank you. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be seeing you, Michael. Right. At least he didn't try to get me to work for him again. God damn it, I forgot my goddamn coffee. It's fine. I could use a beer anyway. Bet the little bastard passworded it anyway. Not like something I...
Yeah, and then we're gonna tear this down, and we're just gonna get rid of the meeting room entirely. What are you gonna do with the meeting room? Gonna turn it into a workshop? I don't like being far away from where I work. You know, so if I can incorporate something that's useful instead of, you know, collecting dust, you know, we can actually be productive. Well, I can be productive. So whenever something happens, you know, you can take it here, close by, and then... Hey, Michael.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm redesigning. I got a construction crew coming later. Think I'm gonna knock down the office, build it anew. It's kind of small for my taste. And there's another office to the right side, so I'm gonna push everything to the right. You know what? I'm getting rid of the fucking cubicles.
No! We have employees who use these. They need to be here.
Well, I mean, move them somewhere else. Why the fuck do they gotta be here? Good point. Like the point. Good point.
Bloody hell. Listen, I am very happy that you all have come. I was hoping to actually talk with all of you.
In the meeting room? Because I kind of got a guy in there, you know, currently taking measurements. And I got some parts coming. Probably not a good idea.
For God's sake. You know, Elliot, you don't own the goddamn building.
I kind of do.
Well, maybe we can all talk in Michael's office, huh? That would work. How about you guys? You're not gonna push me out the fucking window, are you?
I will try.
Again, I will try again.
I'm sort of on the fence. I'm kind of riding this what do they call it? High, as Lefty would put it. So I'm feeling pretty good. Just don't go in the meeting room. Don't go in there.
Fine, I won't go in the goddamn meeting room.
Kind of a small office for a CEO, right? So that's why I'm gonna bust down that wall and expand for another, I don't know, 10, 11 foot. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. And then I was thinking, why are we so high up? Why?
Because it's a nice overview of the city.
Overrated. I do my best work in the dark. The natural sunlight does not agree with my skin tone.
Oh, you stupid gringo.
Listen,
I am happy to be here with all of you. Brings up a fair point. Elliot's going to be great. You know that when it comes to switching positions, it takes more than just saying Elliot owns this. It's actually very complicated. Elliot might have the majority stock share, but it doesn't mean that he would be running the day-to-day operations.
But I could.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but is that what you want?
Yeah, kinda is. I mean, why in God's earth would I just sit around and watch, I guess, my company, our company, be bled dry? It'd be ignorant. These mistakes, they're not just one, they're reoccurring. He has shot us in the foot multiple times, making Wally's over there look like a gold mine. And if that keeps up, there might not be an Afton Robotics left. And while I'm just happy tinkering, I'd be a lot happy tinkering on the toys I like.
I don't know if there's a proper way to continue from this conversation. Love the enthusiasm. I think, and this is just what I personally think would happen if I was kicked out, it would show a lot of weakness.
Yeah. Weakness can be determined by this, victor.
Sure. But throwing me out admits that we were sort of wrong in that situation.
You were wrong. You were.
I admit that. But it will make our company look bad, and who's going to trust us then? It's an image problem. That is what it is, down to the line. What has happened is a mistake that I made. I agree. But to kick me out now would be devastating. While you might not like to admit it, I'm sort of been in the public eye here. You know, stock prices drop even further. Be lucky to get anything out of them. I think right now what we need is to be stable. For our stock prices to even out before big decisions are made, and I'm sure the rest of the board would agree with me.
Maybe. Or maybe I tell them that the three of us, 4 if you count our dad, told you that your idea was stupid, that would get people hurt, that it would malfunction, that you took the advice of your lead engineer and you just didn't listen, that you treat your employees like trash, like throwaway objects. Maybe I tell them the real reason our stock prices are dropping is because you're incompetent.
That is a way to go. But Elliot, if you're running the office, then you have to do all the meetings, all the newscast, all the paperwork, all the payroll. You have to be here probably 12, 13 hours a day. You have to do everything. Not only do you have to do the designs, the cartoons, you also have to delegate, branching out. And I don't think you can. I don't think you're able. And that's not an insult on you. I just think you have better things to do with your time, and I think you know that. Do you really want to be caught up in what I do?
I won't let this company fail. I gotta agree with Elliot. I don't know if I'm reading the room right, but you... Come on, man. You didn't even care. And it's still affecting me. Even if I'm doing okay right now, it's still gonna hurt for a long time. My expansion goals are dead in the water, and now I have to take a buyout. I mean, what stops me from selling all my shit and just going over to Wally's? John may have been a son of a bitch, but at least he looked you in the eye if he was gonna fuck you over and tell you why he was gonna fuck you over. And to my acknowledgement, he never did to me. At least when he was an asshole. There might have been a good reason behind it. While I would not encourage you to run over to the competition, I can see why it is tantalizing.
But our brand is strong, and our company, it's way bigger than Wally's could ever be. We have foundation, trust, that you're breaking. And in time, that trust will be repaired. In a week, no one will even remember it.
Maybe a month, a year. We gotta actually prove that we can do our jobs first.
Yeah, I agree with Elliot. We have to prove to people that our machines aren't just going to implode. And I'm sure every time they see our animatronics, it's going to be the first thing they think of. It's a tough situation. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's just one of our decisions. I think it's up to the board, and we have to honor what they would say. But at the moment, I think stable ground's the best, so that's where I'm putting my vote.
I'll think it over.
I thank you for that. Anywho, I know we all have places to be.
We have places to be.
Yes, well, thank you for your time. If you do need anything, you know where I'm at. You guys can go. Oh, Christ. Yeah, it'll be fine. Hopefully. Mike! John, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, Aaron. Just making sure I look presentable. Well, we're gonna be late if you keep on doing this all day. You know, I know it's a big deal and all, but gotta make sure things go well, you know. I know you've been in a mood, which we're gonna have to talk about. Why aren't you wearing a suit? Because this is what I'm gonna wear. Is that a problem? No. What you been up to then? I was talking to Michael. Why? What are you trying to get out of him? Nothing. He actually wanted my help with something. We were at the will reading and, well, he wanted to talk, so I thought, why not? And you didn't end up punching him again. No. Didn't see a point. Besides, it was a mistake. He just sometimes you forget, you know? You keep going along like everything's like a game. Like you have to win. That's how I've always seen it. It's how it's always been presented. Gotta be better. Gotta be stronger. Gotta be smarter. And you just forget. Just forget that these enemies, these guys that you put yourself up against, they're just people. They just want to be okay too. Everything's not black and white, I guess. You know, if you actually put a little emotion in your voice, you'd kind of sound like the old you. Yeah, well, what can you do? Like, it's gonna get better. I don't know when, but it will. And that's what's important. You're not alone. You realize, and you do owe me an apology. Probably a big one. I probably want it written out. You know, maybe a little song. I don't know. Something to just make me feel better. But then it'll get better. I don't know, Aaron. I don't think it will. I know that it will. I just don't think in that way. The entire time I was devastated. I'm still am, but seeing how Afton hurt Michael, I don't know, just left alone. Everyone hates him. Him knowing that no one cares. Guess I'm just a sap, huh? Well, probably, but there's no reason to focus on all the negative sides of things. I mean, sure, he did a lot of shitty things, mate. But a lot of people do. It's just who we are. We're humans. We make mistakes by nature. We're not always perfect. I don't think we're meant to be. Yeah. So he's not going to be there. Probably not. But, I think he'll be watching. Cryptic, like it. So, you gave him the laptop? Yes. I'll say, and you ain't exactly all that big of a piece of shit after all, huh? Let's get in the fucking car, Aaron. Man, I ain't seen this many old people, since I went to a freaking Golden Corral. You go to a buffet? Yeah, I mean, cheap food, half steak. Yeah, I go there. I mean, they all look at me funny. I'm guessing it's because of the voice. Yeah, it's because of the voice. Not because you put 10 steaks on one plate. Right. Didn't know you had so many people who cared. Yeah. Well, most of these people are closer friends with him. Business partners, relationships. Media will be here. Take their videos and pictures. But that'll be afterward. Kind of a closed off thing. You get this working, by the way? Oh yeah, it's working. It's all good. It's great. Don't worry, mate. Listen, you go over there, you kick the coffin in the grave, we get out of here, we go get a couple of beers, and we are done. This is the last thing, right? So, step, yeah. It'll be okay. Yeah.
Introducing John Moyers.
Now think about this, mate. When you look around, think about everyone being naked. Even the old people. Especially the old people. Thanks, Aaron. Thank you. Well, obviously. Hi! Hi. It is not the time for this right now. I don't know. I mean, he was there. I know him. You know everyone here. Yeah, and I said hi to everybody. Guys. I'm happy to see you all here. I know if William was here, he would kick us all right in the ass for wasting so much of our time when we could be out there making money. He was a to the point man, to say the least. I remember when we do charity events, he'd send the check, but he wasn't going. Make him feel real good to send the check, but you better not ask him to show up, because he would not. He'd always send me with some note saying that, oh, I'm so thankful for all of the things that the community does. And he would do that, and usually I'd write the note, to be honest with you. But he never really cared for celebrations or mourning. He was always someone who kept his emotions clear to the chest. He didn't want people to see himself as he was. I was one of the lucky few to actually see him for what he was. I think about that a lot. About how we hide. How we push everything deep down, put on the smile. To get through. To think that what we do is justifiable. A lot of that I learned from William. William Afton, what can be said, he was difficult. He would admit it. He would go to his grave saying that he was difficult. could never choose the right casket. He either wanted it to be blue or made of ivory tusk. When he figured out he couldn't have that, he settled for oak. So it didn't matter. Because he's not here anymore. He's not in this box. I believe that. I don't think he talked about much what he believed, but he knew what his wife believed. And a part of him, I think, wanted to keep hope. He was a very logical man. When he wanted to do something, it got done. And it got done his way, because there wasn't another way. There was his way. Because that's the only way there could have been. Now, like a lot of you, I knew William for most of my adult life. For some of you, it may just happen a few years, but I know that most of us knew him for a long time. And we could all agree on one thing. He had an ego. He never wanted to admit he was wrong. Even when he was. He'd go down fighting and scratching, trying to prove his point. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for William. I don't know where I'd be. Before I met William, I had no one. I was alone, truly. I had not one friend, not one prospect, not a dime to my name. I was living in a tent in the forest. I was doing a janitor job. Curled up to an animatronic. I was living there. And he approached me. He didn't scold me. He didn't yell at me. He approached me with kindness. And I didn't understand why. I didn't even know who he was. He took me back to his office. And he told me he thought I had a great mind. He said he wanted to help me. I never understood it, and I still don't. I never really got the chance to ask him why. But if it wasn't for William, I don't know where I'd be. And I think a lot of that goes for a lot of people sitting here. For all his faults, for all his insecurities, William helped people. Even if it wasn't indirectly. William wanted people to be better. He knew they could be. And without his company, without the people sitting here, who knows where we'd all be? Who knows how far we'd have actually gotten? I think that he's seen that. And I think in the last few years of his life, this last year especially, he's got to see so many amazing things. He got to be himself, I think, for the first time in years. I'll miss him. And I don't know if there'll come a time where I don't. William. He was getting bad. I didn't ever want to admit it, but he was getting bad. He wasn't remembering things. He was slipping. William, however, believed that his legacy would be carried on in his two children. No matter how much I think he pushed people away, he really believed in them. He was proud of Michael and Elliot. Even if he wouldn't admit it, he loved his sons. And I think he'd be proud of the people they're shaping to be. That's what William wanted, was a family. And seeing everyone here, I think he had that. Thank you.
Among the living, you'll find the dying, waiting softly to pass on. Why can't love be like a spirit as it floats up to the sky? With the giving, there is taking. Neither one feels like it's right. And since your heart can't tell the difference, you give up without a fight. Because you know it makes you cry. 'Cause you can't see what's passed you by. Because you feel you can't decide among the living. Instead of headstrong into darkness, we should be drifting into light. It's been a long time, we've been searching